Love of the Invisibles, How Ash Found Violet, 20. Copyrighted 2015 by Nazali Zelian. They drove in silence for a while. It looked like the two men sitting in front of the car were still discussing some stuff, so Violet and Amber kept their thoughts to themselves. Fred was driving the car and Norik sat next to him on the front passenger seat. Violet was still afraid to think. She practiced hard to block her thoughts. Norik turned back, looked at his sister, held her hand and messaged her this. Feel this energy? You have it too. Awaken that energy. Go ahead, like that. Concentrate. All right? Now, use that to block a thought. I will now take my hand away. Violet did not even know she had the kind of energy. It had different modality, like the silent galvanic energy she used to work with at the skin spa. It was there, but felt like it wasn't. She widened her eyes. That's right, you got it, Norik silent messaged her. Now, think about something. Violet thought of slipping a mouse into Norik's pocket. Haha, funny, she got this message. Trigger more of that energy and think again about something ridiculous like that. Violet concentrated harder and thought of a tomato crushing to Norik's head. Surely he would comment on that if he read that thought. Violet, I felt energy but no message. Did you think yet? He messaged her. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Violet directed him a message. Did you get this one? That one? Yes, but not the one before. Norik sent her another message. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. She thought, blacking it from him. What about now? She asked. What now? Norik asked. I can't read your thoughts anymore if you don't send it directly. I'll tell you what. Keep practicing, and if I get a stray message, I will let you know. What's that glow on your face? Amber whispered. I discovered something new, Violet said. It's cousin Norik, isn't it? He's a good man, very kind. Too bad he doesn't spend much time at the lakes, Amber said. Amber, Violet looked at her cousin with serious look. I'm afraid that we might be found because he can read your thoughts. No worries there, Amber said relaxed. Gumper has used the defenses on me after he forced me to de-field the house. I will be weak for a while, which is not good, but I will not be so accessible by Refi. There, I can even say his name without him tuning into my thoughts. Oh, Amber, will you be okay? Violet asked. This was my first. It felt like all energy was sucked away from me. I felt so helpless. Norik quickly put some energy back into me, but it was not enough to get me back fast. Well, he had to come rescue you from that monster, Amber said. Sorry, Violet said. Oh no, Amber said, touching her hand. It worked for the best. We decided to keep it that way until we can get you to safety and until the peacekeepers of the Council of People would get their hands on Refi. Peacekeepers? They are high-ranking invisible police. And Gumper, what would happen to him? Violet asked a little louder than she was speaking to Amber. We neutralized him, Fred said, keeping his eyes on the road. He will stand trial in front of the Council of People. My boys are going to fly him to the energy room. Every settlement has one. Council of People have established direct communication channel and all of them can tune into the room and try a person or make decisions. But I know that there are few members in our ancestry that would serve as a direct transmitter to an open communication crossroad where all the members could hold silent conversations like a virtual telecommunication in city people's world. We don't use their technology because it is subject to hacking. We can't take that kind of a risk, Norik explained. Do you think Refi wants me to serve as a connection circuit between the members of the Council of People? Violet asked. I think he wants you to become so strong so you can lead the Council of People, which you can if you want, but not on his terms. By the way, you just use the wide-beamed energy, narrow it down, and try to condense it towards me and me only, Norik messaged her. Feel my energy? Not that anyone besides Refi or Ash could receive it, but once you have kids, your intimate circle would widen. This way you will message only who you would like to be, on the receiving end without any interference, no matter how close the relation between you and the intruder. All right, I will try that, Violet agreed, but she felt something rising up her stomach. Stop the car, she yelled. Fred brought the car to a halt. I'm going to throw up, Violet messaged her brother. Open the door. Is everything all right? Amber asked as Norik opened the door and put his hand on Violet's stomach. She coughed once or twice as Norik held a paper towel over her mouth. Feeling better? He asked. It's not because of my dinner. I made it fresh, Amber protested. It's all right, Amber, Norik said, more relaxed, that all was well. We don't doubt your cooking. It's me, Violet said to Amber, but I think I feel better now. Amber, would you mind if we change seats? Norik asked. I better keep an eye on her. He looked towards his sister. They did as he asked and soon were on the road again. Everything's fine, Norik whispered to Violet once he had scanned her body. It is normal to feel nauseous, especially for the first month of your pregnancy. He touched the side of her head, transferring soothing, warm energy similar to the one Ash gave her when they were sailing up north after their wedding. I'm here now. I will take care of you. Try to relax and tell me what I have missed all those years. Violet briefly told her brother about her life and about Ash and his family. Why didn't you come look for me? Violet had to know. At first, I didn't want you to be found until I figured out what to do with Refi. But he found it out and sent Gumper after me. I had to leave the continent. But a nice old lady was lately keeping me informed of your well-being, and I was hoping that I would be able to see you once the Council of People realized that Refi was not following the rules and was secretly pursuing his ambitions. And Hermina? Violet asked. Yes, Norik confirmed. And how did you know that I was abducted? Violet asked. Amber sent me a message about how excited she was that you have returned and were living in my house, and how Refi ordered her to shield the house. I knew at once that you were there without your free will. I'm glad you came for me, Violet said, kissing his cheek and placing her head on his shoulder. She woke when the truck came to a halt. From the looks of her surroundings, she guessed that they are in a big city. They were in the parking lot of what looked like a small motel. They got adjoining rooms, one for the girls and one for the men. Half of the night was spent on driving, so there were only 2 hours left till sunrise. Amber soon fell asleep, exhausted from the events of the day before and from the long bumpy drive. Violet tried to sleep, but had too much to occupy her mind to be able to unwind. Violet lay in the dark, thinking of the first night she spent with Ash in a place like this one. She longed for him. She wanted to see his comforting smile and feel loved and cared for. She missed their conversations, the sound and the silent ones as well. Violet sat up abruptly, suddenly realizing that if she was able to communicate with Refi for a long distance, there was a possibility to connect with Ash. Ash, she tried to send an electrical signal with the field Norik taught her to use that targets only the person she wants to communicate with. Ash. Violet, Violet, she sensed his message come through a while later. Oh, my sweet love, is this really you? Ash, Violet messaged him as her tears ran through her cheeks in the dark. Ash, oh Ash, I miss you. Where are you? Can you describe where you are? Ash asked, afraid to lose her again. He was searching for her with his brother Hunter, and he had gotten a signal a day before locating her at the lake area, but she had moved since, and he had not slept all night trying to pinpoint her exact location. I don't know. There's a town. I was sleeping in the truck when we got here. I think I'm safe. We got away from Refi. She communicated with him hurriedly, trying to convey as much information as she could. We? Ash asked. Yes, it's a long story, but I'm well. I'm just afraid to let out an energy that might spread around and give away my location because Refi might be looking for me. How close are you? Violet's heart was racing with excitement and anxiety at the same time. I'm going to ask you to let out that energy for just a minute or two. Hunter's scanning the area now. Once he gets it, he will pinpoint your location, Ash messaged her telepathically. All right, I'm doing it now. Ash was silent. He was probably talking with his brother. Violet, my love, he said, we got it. Stay there. We will be there as soon as we can. Stay indoors and turn off all the energy around. Tune in again in every 15 minutes or so. I have a hard time opening a link the way you did. That was amazing. You're amazing. I love you, he messaged her, and Violet's heart started to beat even harder. But I will see you soon, and no one would take you away from me ever again. Violet lay in the dark with her heart leaping with joy. He was coming to get her. He was close. Violet, Violet, she heard from the other room. Norik? Violet went and opened the adjacent door. He burst in, looking around, and then moved the window curtain to look outside. He softly tapped on Amber's head and woke her up. What? Is it time to go? Amber asked. Norik placed both hands on Amber's and obviously channeled massive energy through her. What are you doing? I could be traced now. We have already been traced, Norik said. I need your abilities now. Amber, can you do an extensive scan around the area for invisibles? Sure, Norik. She got up, stood, and closed her eyes to concentrate. Oh my God, she said. I thought so. Norik grabbed Violet's bag. Amber grabbed hers. Fred? Quick, let's get out of here. How many? He turned to Amber. 5 of them, moving fast towards us. 2 separately, moving fast also. Looks like in a car, but they're further away, Amber answered. Let's move, Norik commanded. But Norik, Ash is on his way. Shouldn't we wait for him? Violet told Norik how she communicated with her husband. No, 5 invisibles are on their way. Violet, don't you do that face, please. 5 invisibles together in the city does not happen often, especially after when you send out your location with a wide range energy field. They're sent after us, I'm sure. Let's go, Norik said. I'm sorry, Violet messaged Norik. I don't blame you. How could you have known? This is all new to you. He sent her back a message. The emergency exit stairs, he told Amber and Fred, and held Violet's hand as she hurried behind him. You have the most powerful gifts, but you haven't learned how to implement them and when not to implement them. Anyway, at least Ash is on his way with his brother. If we manage to avoid the ones who are after us, they will catch up with us and we would not be outnumbered. Who knows what illegal gadgets those 5 have to tranquilize us, Norik told Violet silently. Oh, Violet thought. Don't worry, Norik told her telepathically. Fred managed to get the truck to the emergency exit and they were off in seconds. Violet kept looking back through the back window. Don't worry, Norik repeated, but Violet couldn't help it. She opened her private energy channel with Ash and tried to signal him to communicate with him. There are too many invisibles in town, Ash warned her. Where are you headed? He asked after Violet explained the situation. She messaged him that she did not know, but she was afraid. Then she briefly added what she didn't before. About her brother coming to her rescue and their escape, about her cousin Amber and that her brother's friend was with them. I can't send you any more wide energy field around for you to find me, Violet messaged Ash. I'm already on your trail, Ash reassured her. Hunter picked up a scanner. Anyone with you? Yes, Amber is a great scanner. She sensed you two and the others around. Good to know. Now keep informing me of everything you see around, all the details. How is this? Violet asked, channeling all she saw through the communication connection with Ash. This is amazing. I never thought this possible through such a distance. You keep surprising me, my love. Ash's thought permeated through Violet, and she wished she would hear his husky voice instead of reading the words. But she could somehow feel his emotions through the energy transmitted through the electrical current.